What's up, everyone? It's me, Pat, joined with my two co-hosts tonight. That's right, guys. You heard it, two. We actually have both of them here,
So
and
weird.
it's live. So, Brandon and Nan, what is up, guys?
You know,
We were just catching up because we haven't seen
Yeah.
each other in forever.
Liz, it's been almost 2 months now. So long. Where did you
Yeah.
go? Why did you go?
It's because I've been sucked into work and like this week. Let's see, what is it? Thursday now.
Yeah. Same
So
usual.
yeah, so 2 out of the last 4 days, I've worked 11-hour days,
Ah, whoa.
and then the other two
Sir.
were like,
You need to calm down.
9-hour days, 8-hour days. There, I actually got lucky. I got to leave work at 5 o'clock today. I was so happy, and that's I normally work 7:30 to 3:30, and then today I got to leave at 5. It was so nice because lately I've been leaving at like 6:37.
Wow.
Yeah, work is consuming my life.
That's a lot of overtime though.
Yeah, and I get paid time and a half for it, so it's like all the money's
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
All the
I mean,
money.
that pays for things, you know,
right. Yeah, I
kids,
just get,
hobbies, you know, whatever you
car
want. So,
and-
Hot
got
decks.
a chickadee that's like dropping all of the hints all the time.
Oh no.
is it like
Listen.
baby? Wait, is it baby hints or is it kid hints?
Wait, baby and kid hints are two
I think-
different
Well,
things.
wait,
You
baby
meant-
and wedding. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There you go. it would be the second one on that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
since
would
we've
assume
been
so.
together, we actually just had our 4-year anniversary at the beginning of August. So
Huh.
so yeah,
Wow.
basically, I've just real life stuff is consuming in me instead of magic and all this. other
Lame.
stuff. I know.
Get your priorities straight, dude.
Casual over here.
Casual. You gonna make it onto the pro tour with that attitude? All right.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. So moving on. Let's let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't you
Well, I'm
start.
gonna go first.
Yeah, I mean, why don't we always thank our sponsor, cardhoarder.com, guys.
Always.
They make everything we do possible. The last 2 weeks we've actually done modern. Well, last night wasn't modern because the deck I was going to play sucked. But we were doing modern. We did modern last week with Jund versus a budget deck.
Yeah.
And the budget deck got kind of manhandled.
Had made an L's deck. It got
Oh.
crushed.
But if you're gonna
Hey.
make like a budget deck, make like Merfolk or something. That's like
Yeah.
at least
How much is Merfolk?
budget and competitive. The only real expensive card in there are the vials,
Okay.
and
That's-
everything else is super cheap.
Like sub 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, except for Mutavaults right now.
Yeah, Mutavaults. But
They're going down.
okay,
now.
so those are the two expensive cards out of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everything
Okay.
else is super cheap.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, card order, awesome. Weeks.
Yes, let's go into weeks.
So I went to PTQ hoping to play. I didn't get to play. The guy was gonna lend a deck from flaked out on me a bit, so that was
Aw.
unfortunate. So I went there anyway, thinking I'll get some trading done, which I did. I finished almost the entire deck. Like when I went, I had 2 catacombs. I got one more. I got another lily. I got some Tarmogoyfs. 3 of those. So I'm getting really close. I finished off my confidants. At this point, I'm like Inquisitions, the lily, the catacomb, the misty, and fulminator's away, and like one goyf. So it's like still $500, but it's like much more attainable. And considering the Grand Prix that is in my future is modern, yeah, I want to get that done. So I definitely like to
I don't
play it.
blame you there. I mean, that's the Gorgs are your biggest obstacle.
Yeah,
If you get
they're the
past-
biggest hurdle.
If you get past that, then you're fine. So.
Yeah, $200 bills are $200. It's a lot of money. Yeah. So yep, when did that? Also, I played Standard on Friday. At this point, I don't care anymore. I don't.
What are you
actually-
playing in Standard again? I'm sorry, I've really forgot.
I played Mono Black because I had a bunch of junk cards and
You're
sleeves.
that guy.
Well, I was making the modern deck and I had all my cards that are in the modern deck that are in standard in there. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to tear these apart. Just go to the PTQ tomorrow. As it turns out, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Mono Black was the only thing I had that was like the only thing I had all the cards for, other than like a Jund deck. Because honestly, I don't even bother getting blue cards right now. Like I just don't care. So, yeah, I only had that, and I just kind of went and played. I think I was like 3-2 or something. I don't know. I got like a pack. I'm not that worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like standard right now is just not a format I really care about.
See where
Yeah.
I'm completely different, and I absolutely adore standard. And
Right now,
yeah,
just-
I never
That
will
makes
give up
1
on
out of 3 right now.
I will
yeah.
never give up on it.
I
gave
okay.
up.
Let me look. This is the same thing that I said about Commander before. It's my least favorite format right now. Standard. That doesn't mean that I won't play it. And that doesn't mean I won't have fun. It's like it's my least favorite way to play Magic. Oh, okay. Well, I'll still just go play Magic anyway. So it's not like I dislike Standard. I'm just not that excited about it. And if I have the option of playing literally any other format right now, I'll do that. So, don't think that I am like, oh, Standard's terrible. It needs to stop. No. Listen, it's Magic. Keep playing.
Yeah.
This isn't like Cobblade. Like
I like that there is starting to still see some changes too, like with the Goblin deck and stuff like that. It's like there's still stuff to
Master deck.
enjoy. Yeah, like, but I'm out of standard. So.
Yeah.
Not
What do you mean? Maze's End isn't quite getting there.
no, I'll talk more about my Maze's End and all that stuff when I go over my weeks and stuff.
Sure.
My months, years.
Yeah, that's good for me. The main thing is I got some time for so I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy about it.
You got some goodies.
I've been like goldfishing. I'd be like, oh, it's Tarmogoyf. Gotta treat it gently.
Who doesn't love the Goyf?
It's a lot of
Right.
money, man.
Yeah.
And it's such a weird card. Like it's a green card that cares about the graveyard. What is this? Anyway, I'm done now.
Are you good
Okay.
now?
Yeah.
So last week, because I actually was on the show last week, so you guys
Yeah.
got to hear at least a little bit that I did get into Commander and stuff. Been doing a little bit more of that, but I have been playing a lot more Modern. The deck that I was running for the longest time was Mill, and it's so much fun to play. Like I mean, I'd go like 2-2 or something like that, and just be like, all right, cool, I broke even with Mill. Like, you can't be mad about that. It's Mill. And then I actually switched back to Infect and took second place with Infect at my shop. And it's like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go back and just play Infect for a while. Then this is kind of how it'll be for a bit until at least Standard rotates and I get the Mutavaults for my Merfolk deck, because my buddy is borrowing them for his Standard deck because he still likes to play Standard.
What a weirdo.
Right? I know, but I'm getting like obsessed with just making Modern decks right now.
Uh-oh,
like,
Man's got the bug, guys.
I do. I'm working on a mono white knight deck, just like budget decks that are just like tribal decks is kind of
You should
where I've got my
go-
focus.
You should play a Soul Sisters deck. Like it's pretty budget, and it's
I
really
do want to
good.
make a Soul Sister deck. It is on my list, but like I love the idea of just having like all the buffs coming off. Like, oh, this knight, all my knights now are indestructible. All my knights get
Oh,
+1.
okay.
It's like,
Oh,
you
you
know,
like Night Tribal?
yes.
That's pretty
So,
sweet.
so it's gonna be fun with that one. I will make a Soul Sister deck. I'm also like I have a decent number of pieces for Soul Sisters and like Mono Red Burn that I could just be like, all right, I guess I could spend like $50 and just finish it off essentially.
Yeah.
But you know, so eventually I'm just gonna start assembling like all these Modern decks and just dick around with Modern and say, okay, this is my format.
If you make like a bunch of tier 2 decks, like you're still having a blast.
Yeah, that's it, and that's mainly what I've been doing. At least like with Standard, like Maze End is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But
Well, for
I
you.
just for me, for my opponent, no, they can't do anything. Like, oh, Fog, great. Oh, Supreme Verdict. All right, so that was fun. No.
Did you? Okay, I have to ask. This is on when we were casting some tournament. That was the Breaking Out qualifier, right? It was Pro Tour.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you ever go and watch that Maze's
guy that
End
was
deck.
playing? No,
Yeah.
I forgot to.
You
I
need to go watch the Maze's End deck. That match is hilarious.
Oh.
He's like, congregate, and the guy's like, ugh, really? I've been playing so many creatures.
It's the way to do it, though.
It was yeah. It was so funny. Like, it had me laughing, that's for sure. And like, Aether Spout seems really good in that deck because they're just attacking every turn with everything. There's
Yeah.
no reason not to. Until you roll them with their spouts, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I guess that's a card.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Aether
that.
Spout's kind of good, guys. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
lie.
pretty sweet. I've actually been training for a bunch. That's my pick
Oh,
of sleeper of this set.
the sleep-
It's like it's really strong. I think.
Which one is?
Aether Spouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine
then
is
look at all-
actually mine is Yisin the Wanderer Bard.
Jason, that's fair. He's really cool too.
He,
Anyway, sorry.
he's at $1.50, and I do not see
Oh.
him being $1.50.
I think he's like a sweet casual card too. He's legendary, so there's gonna be commander decks with him.
Yep.
Like I put him in a green creature commander deck. I'm running Glyphsor right now, so he's not in there, but I'd do it. It seems great.
Yeah. But that's basically what I've been doing. I was gonna play at Star City DC for the modern portion,
Sure.
Yeah, you did.
and I did not get to because basically it's super easy because it's like 2 hours away. I live 2 hours away from DC. If I like drive down to the metro, which is like 40 minutes away, and then hop the metro for 40 minutes essentially, and then I'm
Oh.
there.
You're a bus ride away and you didn't go.
So in my defense, now I woke up at 5 a.m. the day of in excruciating pain because
Oh.
my Crohn's disease decided that it's been basically not bothering me for pretty much all of 2014, and then it chose, you
Yeah.
know what, you want to go play in a tournament? F you, I'm gonna destroy
Well, if it's
your
a
body.
healthy
Yeah, so
We'll
that's
forgive you. That's too bad.
right. So
I
was
don't
really
forgive
upset
you at
about
all for that.
that.
I have a friend with Crohn's. No joke.
Yeah. So I was dealing with that, and I was really sad because there was like 125 people that went to play, and I saw the winning deck, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was a Storm deck that won. And like
Yeah.
looking at the other like top competitors, I was like, come on now. In fact, just
Yeah.
it would be so good. It would be so good. But no, I didn't get a chance to beat people. I was happy to see Fairies take second, though. I
Yeah.
do have to say that. If you guys hadn't seen the deck lists for DC yet, I'm sure
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but we have a lot to talk about tonight, guys.
Yes.
Because
Do we know?
did you guys see the news? I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys saw the
go
news.
over your
Yes. Yeah. Go over your week, and then we'll talk about all the
All right.
exciting
Don't-
news.
Respect the order.
All right, so my week turned out to be pretty fun. Monday, I always play standard. We all know that. We went in with a blue-white control deck because I'm that guy,
Mhm.
It's a good deck.
and took second. So didn't take first
Yeah.
because my buddy, I lost to my really good friend Mo. He
Fail.
plays a Esperal junk walkers type deck,
Oh, okay, cool.
and it's kind of a pain in the ass.
What are the Planeswalkers?
He's got a Garrick Apex in
Yeah.
there. He's got some Elsbeth. He's got some Ajani. He's got
Like which is Johnny? The new
Mentor.
one?
Mentor.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Yep. And then, of course, he's got Dirty Old Dad and Blood Baron. And
Yeah,
it's
okay.
a giant pain in my ass.
Yeah, it seems like a decent matchup. And
Yeah.
like Orthotzes is post sideboard, I'm assuming. Like
He's
some-
got pre-sideboard Thoughtseize.
Oh, he's got a main deck?
Yeah.
You don't always see a main deck in like the Planeswalker decks just because often they don't need it.
He's
It's like,
got,
alright, I'll...
I think he's got like 2.
Okay, yeah.
And then
They
the rest
just
come
rather
in.
have a lot of threats, but...
Yep. And
It's-
it sucks.
fine.
And it hurt. And he 2-0'd me. But that's is what it is. I had
Fair.
fun with it. The 2 people I beat, they were pretty clean takedowns. So I myself have over the last this week have been tinkering around with Mr. Reed Duke's blue or green blue devotion deck.
Mm-hmm.
Tinkering with it, making it better, and taking things out, putting things in, and I think it's pretty awesome. I like it because it's not a true devotion, but it does have Nykthos, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
does pretty well.
Well- It is a devotion deck. It's got mostly green,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's 90% green. I mean, it's got profit and all that. So
yeah, I think those are the cards. Like I've been playing Green Evolution. Those and Splashing for Blue. Just playing like Fit and Prime Speaker. And
he's got like a Aetherling in there too.
Aetherling, I don't know. Like maybe that's sweet. Seems good.
But it's good. Other than that, yeah, I'm just prepping, trying to figure out what other modern deck I want to build.
What are you running currently?
I have my Elves deck, my Affinity deck, and now it will be something.
And Mystery.
All right. Well, if you're not going to use the Tarmogoyfs you had, I'm going to come to get them. So you should build some of those.
Yeah, no.
Why not make junk?
Yeah.
I don't like mainstream decks, and you should know that. The only one I run is Affinity because I like to throw things down on turn.
I want to be a hipster, but I run Affinity.
Shut up. Affinity's fun. Affinity's fun.
Sure it is.
It is, but
I believe you.
So other than that,
Goy's just sitting.
I am working tomorrow night. I don't know what we're walking into yet. I've been actually off on Fridays for the last 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks. So I haven't actually been seeing what's drafting and what's not drafting. So I do know what cards are coming into the store and what cards are going out. So I actually have a good idea on what I think is going to be a big seller after rotation. So
what do you think it is?
Well, Boonsader's on my list for sure.
Really?
Well, I mean, at $150, that card can only go up at this point.
Yeah. Girls just do the same.
So
I don't know. Boonsader's one that I think a lot of people already have. Like, just so many were open.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not played. It's just it's a little niche, but then everybody has like 20. Like I've got like 4 play sets. Accidentally.
I keep trading mine away. All my play sets.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, why don't we get into news, because there's a lot of it.
Yeah, we'll do results and then...
Yep, so let's get into results first, guys. DC, after talking to some of my friends that were down there, big surprise, Black Splashing Blue Devotion took first. I'm not even going to bother talking about the deck because it is mono black with a Notion Thief and 2 negates.
Which makes sense. Why they'd start putting that in sideboard.
What's going on? Okay, are you guys having this problem? Where... Never mind.
No, mine's fine. Blue-white control took second. It's a standard blue-white control list. Nothing surprise, nothing special. Standard green-white list took...
There's something interesting about this black deck. He's playing 18 creatures. He's playing 2 lifelink zombies and 4 Night Veil Specters. That is worth mentioning.
Okay.
And a dress side main board.
Alright, so then we have a standard green-white aggro deck.
Look at him just going right over it again.
Jared Boucher, same. It's going to be blue slashing, or it's black splashing blue.
This blue-white deck, it's got stuff too. Look at you. This Jason's Ingenuity is in this deck. That's interesting. And there's 4 Jason, 2 Elsa. So this is the version that does not want to take 4 years to win. This is also the Detention Sphere version. So that's coming back.
Well, I could have told you D-Sphere was coming back.
Yeah, but you just skipped over it. We didn't talk about it.
Xenagos has already jumped Spike. Xenagos has went from $6 to 15 as of right now.
Yeah. Get them. Still get them. Apparently, part of the reason that they went up is because someone tried to buy them all out. So, there's that.
Eric Smith running the Jund Walker's deck. I was really happy to see this. I actually got to see it played. It's a solid deck. He's been tinkering with it a lot more, so I like to see...
3 Nixas?
Yep.
And 4 Xenagos?
Yep.
2 Chandra main board. He's running 2 Golgari Charm main board, which is sweet.
Yep. Golgari Charm's never really a dead card.
Ever.
So.
Also, 2 Read the Bones main.
Yep. Read the Bones, I think, is a lot better card right now than Blood. Blood's good.
Well, it's better for a 3-color deck.
Yeah. But Read the Bones for a 3-color deck is a lot nicer.
Yeah, no kidding. Also, like 1 Rakdos' return, so cutting back from 2.
Yep. Other than that, just trying to think what else I saw. There's a burn deck. Nah.
Yeah.
And another black. Rebel Red was only. There's a few Rebel Reds, but it was 10th and 14th.
Yeah, I had heard that a lot of people were playing it though. It just
Oh
did
yeah,
not
no, it's.
place
I'm not
very
gonna lie.
high.
If you go to a tournament right now, just prep yourself for like
Oh
a
yeah.
metric ton of Rebel Red.
Yeah.
There's so much.
I mean,
It's to the point where it's like it's almost the deck to beat, and it shouldn't be.
It's. I mean, and the sad part is, it's not even placing high. It's just
People just want to play it.
because
But
it's cheap.
fun. Yeah, it's like what card here costs money? None of them. Oh, the 3 Mutavaults. I lied. There's Mutavaults. So this is about like so 3 Mutavaults is like what, $60?
Yep.
So this is like a $75 deck.
Yep. So
There you go.
I mean, to be, other than that, really nothing big surprising. Unfortunately, I think standard right now you're not going to see any big surprising decks.
It's a Jund deck. Got 11th. It's a Jund mid-range deck. There's like 1 Garruk, 1 Chandra, 2 Nissa, 1 Vraska are the Planeswalkers. So it's
Yeah,
really no
they
deck.
basically this deck was wanting to be a walkers deck, but not really heavy because they.
That's not.
If you
I
notice,
think
they had
they-
4 like Xenogods in there.
Yeah, I don't actually think he did that. I think this is a typo and this is a Jund Walker deck.
I think I'm with you on this. It has to be a Jund Walker deck. So I don't. see
There's
that
no
with
way that
Xenogods.
he's running 4 Xenogods. The card's just not very good right now. No,
Other
there's
than
a
that,
4.
it was not a huge like change in the Players Championship leaderboard. I mean, Jared Boucher did take 4th, so he moved up a little bit more. But other than that, none of the other guys that were there.
Still winning.
Lissette's still got a pretty good hand on
Yeah.
first place. So going into the Invitational this weekend.
It was nice
Reduke's
to
deck
watch,
was a lot of fun. It's a tier 2 deck is what it is right now.
Speak, man.
No, I was just saying it was nice to watch Tom Ross play Infect in Legacy.
Oh,
That's
did
where
he?
I was going next. Yeah,
Oh.
Legacy. The top 8 had actually a lot of little. It had some different decks. I was really happy to see that this week. It wasn't just like Delver,
Yeah.
this Miracles, you know.
No miracles, which is really
No Miracles in the top
surprising.
8. But we did have some Deathblade and Stoneblade. We had a Shardless Bug take first, which is a great deck. I actually love Shardless Bug.
Yep.
So really happy to see that. Jadine, who I gave her a big thumbs up on Twitter, took second with her Rug Delver deck. So she should be popping up on a Versus here pretty soon. So
Yeah?
yeah,
That's cool.
she's pretty awesome, guys. I met her in Syracuse because she's grinding Pro Tours, or not Pro Tours, but Invitationals right now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And she's at the Invitational this weekend. She actually texted me or sent me a Twitter. She's like, "Are you coming down?" They said, "Are you coming down?" I'm like, "Nope, didn't get my Invitational spot, so not gonna be there." But that's all right.
Yeah, looking at this deck, I think it's pretty straightforward.
She's pretty much a straightforward deck. I'm gonna try to push on her a little bit to get her to go out of the box. I think she could handle some
Well,
changes.
Legacy is a deck where it's like if you want to play the same deck over and over and over again, it's going to help you. So
Yeah. What
I
I
don't
really
think there's
like
any
seeing was Todd Anderson's bringing Esper Deathblade back. He's been tinkering around with Sneak and Show and a lot of other decks, but he was an Esper Deathblade player first.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him bring Deathblade back.
yeah, and more evidence as to Liliana being the best planeswalker of all time.
Uh,
There's more Lilias in this list than there are Jace.
You got it.
I'm not lying, guys. I think Liliana's better than Jace.
The one that really just gave me the true chuckle was the Metalworker deck taking 5th. I love
That's
Metalworker.
I thought it wasn't legal.
In Legacy, it's legal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's banned in Modern.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking.
Oh. Okay. Maybe.
You could, if it wasn't banned in Modern, play it.
Oh, could you? When was it printed? That you could play in Modern. Now I want to know. I knew it was
'Cause
banned
it
in
was
Open,
banned.
right?
It was banned in Modern, I thought.
Yeah.
Let's check. Metalworker is only printed in Urza's Destiny.
So it's a legacy now. So
Yeah, it's only Legacy or Vintage. It's
Yep.
definitely not banned in Vintage.
no, nothing's banned in Vintage.
Well, that's not true. There's like cards with anti or that make you take play another game within a game and stuff like that.
But I do like the Metalworker deck. It's a lot of fun.
Admit that I'm right and we can go on.
Never. I got to
Just-
watch it play. It was a lot of fun to watch play. So
Yeah, I always thought this deck was really cool. It's just like a bajillion artifacts, and all the like the artifact lands are like in Legacy. Although he's not playing any of them, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh no, he's got Great Furnace.
yeah, he's
Okay.
got Great Furnace, an Ancient Tomb, and Cavern of Souls, and stuff,
Yeah.
So
That's pretty sweet. I was watching some Vintage, like the format.
Yeah.
And apparently stacks or there's like a workshop deck.
Yep.
That's just a lockout deck.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. That was funny.
then the next two were Dredge, and I was actually super happy to see Dredge.
There's
Is-
one person.
I love Dredge decks.
Oh, this isn't even Manaless Dredge. This is
No, this is Mana Dredge. This is Dredge.
Dredge. Yeah, I mean, most people don't like Dredge. Do you like Dredge, Nayman?
No,
No, he doesn't like Dredge. I
I
don't like
And
Dredge.
another
not
down
a,
our
not a
list.
fan.
So, but Miracles came with BBD taking 9th. I guess the matchup that he would have gotten in or didn't
Yeah.
was a great match, and I guess I missed it.
What do you play?
Thomas, I want to say, Travado, who took 8th.
Oh, okay.
I guess it was like a phenomenal match or something.
Well, is it on stream?
I don't know. He tweeted about it.
Wait, were
Saying
you
it was
there?
No.
Well, where did you watch all this stuff then?
No, he tweeted about it saying it was a great match.
Oh, okay, okay. That makes
yeah,
more
and
sense.
then they said BBD versus Shenhar was the best match of the day. That's what a lot
Oh,
of people
Shahar
said.
played?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, lucky Shahar. So.
Lucky Joe.
So, other than that, really no big new decks that popped into.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not new, but there's an Imperial Banner deck here.
And there's
13.
another mono red sneak attack deck, which is kind of cool to see.
Is that a
So-
thing?
Yeah, it was at Syracuse.
Oh, that's
my
right, you're
boy
from-
Terry. Yeah, my boy Terry took 9th with it. So,
Oh, boy. You're my boy, Blue.
so other than that, let's go to Modern, because Modern
This
was
looks
the
the same.
surprise. Because first place was Storm.
Yeah, it's-
that's
we're like-
a shocker.
The surprise here is that Black Green didn't win.
Yeah. Well, anything with green did not win. How about that?
No, Black Green. Every other Modern IQ is won by a Black Green deck.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they've all been Black Green or Black Green mid range.
Yeah.
Junk.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I'm saying anything with
Odd.
green.
Yeah.
yeah, Pod's Black and Green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything. That's what I mean. Anything with green.
Okay.
Shut up. Alright,
Anything
and
with
this was-
black.
yeah, it was a Storm deck. So, and
Yes,
then Fairies taking 2nd, which was another big surprise.
It's kind of sweet.
Yeah, man, you're a Fairies player.
Well,
No,
you-
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
I
Man,
will
you're a fairy.
eventually.
Yeah.
You will be.
I
River
love
Tubes.
tribal decks, so I'm
Yeah,
all about
that's true.
it. But the thing with fairies though is it's not like a budget tribal deck. Where that's kind of one of the nice things about tribal decks is that like anybody can be like basically start to build it and slowly make it into something
Yeah.
amazing. Kind of but like with this fairies, like if you really want to play fairies, you got to drop a lot of money. Like
It's true.
Vendilion Click is
Yeah.
still like $80, and the Bitter Blossom is still like $50 for that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and that's not even including any of the lands that you've got in there, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So,
because you need like the Meat Vaults aren't too much. Secluded Glens are 10 each now, just because of the Fairies deck. Same with the River Tiers. You need 3 Cryptic Commands. Those are not cheap, just so you
That's
know.
Good thing I
4
got my-
Thoughtseizes.
Good thing I got my full arts.
yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. Oh wow, Pat has a card.
That's
Surprise.
card. Who would have thought?
Can't believe it. He's talking about it.
Yeah,
It's
but no,
also
it was cool to see the fairies though, and I think this was
yeah.
what was nice with DC too, is seeing such a variety of the decks. Because if you guys have been following
Yep.
how Modern has been going since Star City opened it up, you really have been sort of seeing the same sort of decks, more or less.
Ooh, there's a new cons card.
Yes, there was.
Sorry, I just found it.
Yes.
Continue.
I haven't seen it yet, but
Okay, we'll talk about it.
what are your so Brandon? I do have to ask you, with
Okay.
being like a Jund player and stuff like that. What are your thoughts of like these black green mid range decks throwing in their pack rats into Modern?
Yeah, it seems really good. One of the problems is like, okay, so one card you have to take advantage of this is Liliana. Like usually you want to empty your hand if you have the Liliana out. So this is like something else you can do with it, because a lot of times you're like, all right, draw a card. Now it's a land. All right, well I guess I'll play a land and then Lily. Now it's no, okay, I'll make a rat and Lily, and I still get to play a spell, which is really nice. Also, if your plan is to go to town with Lily and try to plus it a lot, I think you can just empty your hand really quickly with Pack Rat and not waste the cards, which
Yep.
is like a problem with Liliana. He's running 4 here. I also just like that you have another really strong threat. One problem that you'll have sometimes is like, all right, I'll play Tarmogoyf, kill it. Okay, play Scavengers. All right, I'll kill that too. Huh. Well, all right. I guess I'll have a removal spell sit in my hand and be dead. That's not very good at all. So this is kind of gets around that as well. It's just like it's gonna do the same thing it does in standard. Like it just snowballs.
Yep.
So it seems really good. Also, I think you only want it in the black green list. Like the Jund list is a little different in that it's more threat dense. Like you can run Chandra, which
Yeah.
essentially does the same thing, but you know, lightning bolts can be pointed at your opponent's face. You can almost count them as like mini threats, stuff like this. You're not going to have as many dead cards, so that's pretty good. I also like with stuff like Thoughtseize and Inquisition. A lot of times in the end game, you'll be drawing those, and they're worse than a land. They can kind of Inquisition them, and they've got no cards in hand. So again, you can just make a rat of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning he's at 25 lands, which is the higher end for these decks. So again, you're just gonna have more feel for it. Even playing Mutavaults to make it better. Yep, that's my thoughts.
So,
Nope,
no, I appreciate that thought.
Yeah.
Nope.
So.
And the closest black green deck was actually in 4th place.
Yeah.
So
With the pack rats.
yeah, with Z Pack Rat.
With Z pack rat.
And then it was kind of cool to see a Rug Twin deck show up.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Brad Nelson thinks this is the best deck in the format. He's incorrect, but you know. It is a really powerful deck. Yeah.
I
Tarmo's
myself
Twin.
am personally looking at building an Angel Pod deck next, I think.
Angel Pod?
What?
I think if you're gonna
That's
go
like-
pod.
I think I'm going to
Yeah.
go Pod.
What is this? I don't
Sorry,
like mainstream decks except for
If you're
Affinity.
sitting there
I'm gonna build
picking
Angel
like the
Pod.
most mainstream
Well, I
deck
think
ever,
I
it's
think
like,
I'm going
oh,
to
I've
build
got
my,
Affinity. I guess I might as well just
no,
go the
because I
next
think
step.
I want to get my goal is to get Yisin into Modern. I think that's the best way to get
Yisin?
it.
Oh, okay. I'll put a 1 of in my Angel Pod deck.
So other decks that I was excited to see with the Modern was the black-white tokens that place 9th.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, sweet.
Because that's, it's not something you see all the time. And that's another deck that's like, Pack Rat. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, Pack Rat's really good at that deck, and I mean, Tide Hollow Sculler is a good card. I mean, it's a 2-drop 2/2.
How am I missing this one deck?
And I mean, it's got a Sword of Fire and Ice in there, which hits on a lot of the Delver decks if it's going to show or anything like that.
Yeah.
And Lingering Souls is definitely making a resurgence
Mm-hmm.
back. So,
Put Golgari Charms in your sideboards.
yes,
I'm not kidding. That's like the only reason that Jund isn't favored against Junk, and like
Yep.
Golgari Charm just hoses that card so bad. And it's never dead. Like you can kill their Coursers, you can kill their Confidants if you don't have one yet. Like yeah.
I
It's a
mean,
good
it's
card.
pretty big. And a lot of people, I mean, I guess a lot of my buddies have been going around playing Modern around the city here where I live, and they said you're seeing a lot more souls popping out again. And I said, well, that just means time to put Golgari Charm back in the sideboard if you didn't do it
Oh.
before.
You mean Soul Sisters?
No, Lingering Souls popping up. Again.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So-
Soul Sisters is also becoming more popular.
Yeah, Soul Sisters is
Yep.
getting a lot more popular because it's a budget.
It's like a really good budget deck though.
Yeah.
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 I would be okay playing a Soul Sisters deck. Like
And you can
It's
make
very
it. I
linear,
mean, you
but
can
how-
make it non-budget pretty easily. So,
with what?
well, I mean, if you want, I don't know.
I guess you can add the swords in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can add a sword.
Like
in
Is
there.
that-
that,
that would
like
be
is
the
it
one-
even better though? Like don't you just want to play a bunch of life gain and Saracens and stuff like that?
Yeah, but why would you not want a sword though? If like
What does
if
it do
have-
for you?
I don't know, it gives you more protection, like Sword of Fire and Ice or something like that,
Sure.
Yeah.
or Light and Shadow.
I mean, I'll throw them on the sideboard. I just don't. I don't
Right.
think it actually is part of your main strategy.
Well, no. But if we're just looking at ways to just help, if you've got money
If
to
we're
spend on
looking-
your Soul
yeah,
Sister
if-
deck,
if you
like,
Money to burn for your Soul Sister deck. Start boiling it out. Like
I'll
you don't
bet.
need to.
That's-
So, and if you have questions on what we're talking about, or just have general
Yeah.
questions about what we think, just put them in chat, and we'll get to them at the end of the night, per normal. So, I think other than that, really not a huge.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
So,
There's like two. This is Junless top 8. Just gotta point it out.
so.
Oh,
is
this
there-
is totally different. Go back. This Junless is not Jun midrange. This
Oh,
is
no,
some weird
it
other
is-
deck.
It is weird. It is.
So this is like a Bloodghast deck.
It's a
Yeah.
blood guest. Yeah.
He says, "You know what? This is the best creature ever.
This is
I
Pox.
want this."
Awesome. He's running Pox.
Yes, it's,
Yeah, totally.
gotta
Raven's
place that
Crime,
up.
Smallpox, Life from the Loam. This is sweet.
Yeah, it's a pocket.
This is a
deck.
Loam Pox deck.
Yeah, it's very weird.
And we have someone going go fairies. So
Go.
Yeah, go fairies. I like it. Yeah, that I'll eventually make one. It's not anytime soon.
You gotta make this Pox deck.
I do want to make a the mono black
Oh, the monolith. Yeah.
8-rack deck or whatever, the racks one.
And this is like almost lands. He's just got a bunch of weird lands in here too. This is cool. Yeah, I like this deck. Just so you know. I actually wanted to put one Life from Loam in my Jun deck just like for value, but I don't think it's actually very good. This is like an actual Life from Loam deck.
yeah.
So I like Life from Loam. I want to play it. Yeah,
I'll play it.
it's pretty interesting. Okay, so no Jun decks made top 8 other than that Life from Loam deck.
Nope.
The one in 13th does have Olivia main board. That's pretty interesting. This is actually something that's been popping up a lot. It might just be better. I'm not sure. It's also got Obstinate Baloth main board, which I don't know if is better or not, unless you're going to see a lot of aggro. But the Olivia is a super good in control match or in any creature matchup, obviously. And a lot of creatures in Modern are like 1 toughness, so you can kill a lot of stuff. Anyway, I'm done talking about
All
Modern
right.
now.
Well, let's get into the big news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I
let's
like
just
it.
jump right into it. Mark Rosewater, guys. If you guys haven't read it, I'm sure you all have. Twitter, anyone's Facebook, Reddit. I mean, it's been all over the place. Mark Rosewater announced in a big article called Metamorphosis that Magic itself is changing fundamentally. Not rules-wise or anything like that, but the way sets are being released and the way Standard will be played. And I personally, just going right off the beginning, I am a fan of it.
Yeah.
It's a huge change, but it's going back to the way it was.
Is this how it was?
This is how it was. Yeah,
When was that?
a
What?
long time
Sorry.
ago.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
you mean like their
Yeah.
were released?
Yeah.
Okay, and they didn't have core set?
Yeah.
Oh.
So a long time ago, in a land far, far away.
There was a time where Magic was better. Well, that's not true. I think Magic is better now. But
But
it was
now
released
we
in
have.
Detroit.
So let's go over what he listed as the issues, and we'll talk about that first. If we felt they were an issue, if they weren't. So I always like to call it the awkward third set, because most of the third sets we've ever gotten into were like they had like an identity crisis. They were like, it's a kind of larger set, but you're supposed to draft it with the other two, but it could have maybe drafted alone, but it didn't seem like it. Seemed like it needed a crutch in the other set. So it was like that, you know. It's always been like that issue child, I guess you could say.
Or if you will take it his words directly, the problem child.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
Don't paraphrase when he says it best.
But
It's true.
you know, it always seems that way. I mean, if you guys look at the different sets, I mean, look at Dragon's Maze. Well, that's the most glaring one in my mind.
Yeah.
It was a okay set. I mean, there was some.
No, it wasn't. It's
No,
pretty
I'm
bad.
just saying there was a good like 2 or 3 cards out of that set. Other than that,
Right.
to draft it or anything, it was horrendous.
A format where you're really happy first picking Crawl Warrior is probably a problem.
Yeah.
I was like, you first pick Crawl Warrior, you're like, yes, got there.
Got
I
it. All
all
right.
I get to play green and color. Can't lose.
Yeah. Well, if you guys have been paying attention, he made a whole article about the Theros block and their thoughts on what happened with that. And they basically were like, we were concentrating so hard on making sure that Journey into Nyx was actually a good third set. We completely dropped the ball on Born of the Gods. And
And it was.
I don't know if
bad.
you guys felt that way, but I
Oh yeah, I felt Born was completely.
yeah.
Um,
It was like forgotten
Yeah.
set. Like they're just like, here's some mechanics that,
Well,
enjoy.
and I mean, Dizen's
Yeah.
right on the Dizen, one of the guys in the chat, just pointed out right on the board. Same thing, Born of the Gods, like you say, it
Yeah.
wasn't fixable.
Yeah.
it was
like-
not very. The only
like-
thing was
Like Journey just could not fix what Born of the Gods did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. They focused so much on the third set, trying to make it good so that people would be happy. They messed up the second set, and then nobody was happy, and nobody cared about the third set.
Yep.
Yeah, at that point, okay, we all. I know personally when I got into Theros, I broke in a ton of boxes of Theros, and I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Theros is awesome. It was great.
That was a great set.
And then I got Born, and I'm like,
Eh.
buh. And I just threw my arms up in the air. I'm like, what is
You're
this?
like, what do I want out of this? Like, Kiora? Grimaz? That's it. I think those are the good cards, other than Courser. Like, yeah, I guess there were some Skylands, but like, who cares?
Yeah.
They weren't even the really
I mean,
good
it
ones.
wasn't. I mean, even drafting it with Theros was awkward at times and all that.
I didn't mind it as a draft set. I just thought, like, as a set overall for Standard, it was
Yeah.
pretty underwhelming. Honestly, we haven't had a good set for Standard since, like, well, I guess M15 is decent, but,
Well, I
like,
mean,
really,
we haven't
Theros
even got to-
still has
don't even
really
put the
good.
core set in there. Don't put the core sets. We were talking about the core set in a minute. So
Well, I was just talking about sets that have been good for Standard.
sure.
So yeah. I agree though. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I mean, to me though, I keep thinking back on all the third sets of like, and they all kind of seem to lack luster.
well, Avacyn was one of the
I
worst
know.
sets of the time.
Yeah.
Avacyn was
Yeah.
just bad.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you have an argument against this name, man? Because we'll yell at you until you agree with us.
This is when me and Brandon are actually right on the same page.
Avacyn is not a good set.
No. Do you remember opening up
my
Avacyn and
only
going,
thing with Avacyn is I like the completion of the story of the block.
Okay, yeah.
I think
I
that
think
aspect to it,
great.
flavor wise and the completion of the story, they did that aspect to it.
Yeah.
Card wise, meh.
Yeah, pretty much. The cards that were printed, like, even the mechanics, like, I thought Miracle was interesting enough until I realized Bonfire was actually just not good. Or, like, it was too good.
Yeah.
And it just kind of warped Standard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, John was so good, and it was because of Bonfire.
oh, Bonfire was ridiculous.
Yeah. It was like Bonfire and Thrag Tusk and Hunt. That deck was so good.
Yes,
Man, I
it
missed
was.
it. I want to play that again.
Yeah, well, you had Bonfire,
I would
Thragtusk,
actually-
Lily.
I would go back
you know,
and play against that deck more than I would play against Mono Black Devotion right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you say that now, but.
No, I said,
No.
but see, Maze End was much better equipped of dealing with
Oh,
that
sure.
deck than it was against Mono
Yeah.
Black Devotion.
There's
So
all this cards in it, so like wasn't even that bad. Now it's like, alright, that's easy. I'll cast a fog in response.
yeah. Oh well, shit.
So I mean, we're all in agreement. So the third set really was just the issue
Listen,
child, or
You
problem
know who did it
child.
well? The Lorwyn. It's because
So-
they had 4 sets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with this, and the story was much easier to complete when you had 2 sets, and you didn't have to fix a set because you effed up.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
let's get on to the core sets. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I have yet to find a core set that has ever been fulfilling.
M11. Store closed. We're done. I didn't actually play in 11. That's what everybody said.
No, I'm just saying the core sets really. I know they tried to make them as like filler sets.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we
kind of.
need sets to fill out what's going on. So
Yeah.
let's put the core set in. We can put some reprints
Well,
in it. We could
so
just
let's
we
look
can
at-
kind of shove things in that really don't fit anywhere else.
Let's look at what the core set was originally supposed to be. Like, originally, it was supposed to be, hey, we're going to print some cards to keep them legal and standard and relevant that we don't have to put in the set. Okay, done. Then they changed that philosophy, and they wanted to make core sets that weren't really core sets because, well, people hate core sets because they're bad. So what ends up happening is they have core sets that are supposed to be like mini sets almost because they have like these flavorful new cards, but they just don't do a very good job of it because it's a core set. You can't really do much with it. So what they're trying to do is just get rid of that and make it an actual set, which is just much better.
Well, I mean, like he said, I'll actually quote him here because it's the best thing I guess you could say. Who exactly is the core set for? It's for beginners. The core set is basically reprinting a mechanic to basically get people into it or make they're not really adding too many new cards in a core set. They're trying not to.
Well, I mean, the original thought of core set was
Yeah.
to not add any new cards.
Yeah.
But that didn't work because people thought it was boring, which
Yeah.
they were wrong.
And then they go, well, what about the experienced players? And he said, exactly. Why do we keep the overall complexity so low? And the experienced players just get annoyed with it, and then it makes it less engaging. And to them, it, like they say, it had an identity problem. They can't make the two sides happy. You can't make the beginners happy because you wanted them to get
Because
the beginners.
even the beginners, it's boring. Like my
Yeah.
chickadee, I was telling her about this, and she's like, "Yeah, the core sets are just boring. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing exciting about the core set. It's yeah." No,
Yeah,
I'm-
I mean,
I'm-
I
I'm
agree with
very-
them. M11, 13, and 15 were the closest they were trying to get to it.
I thought M15 was decent.
M15
Like,
was
'cause
decent.
they-
M13 was really solid.
Yeah, well,
But after that,
the cards
it's-
are really good.
Yeah, the cards are good. But other than
Um,
that, I mean, M11 was good. Other than that, you look at all the other ones. M12 was kind of blah. M14 was.
M14 was
for-
not something people liked.
Here's M14. Hey, thanks for the Archangel Athun. Other than that,
Scavenging is.
and Scoos,
Scoos.
sorry, and Mutavault.
Yeah.
Mutable. Well, no, don't. Screw
They-
you, Mutable. Get out.
No, I mean, yeah.
But I mean,
Most-
that's the honest to God thing. Core sets never got to where they wanted to be because I think it also kind of didn't help that third set was like the bastard child, and they then were trying to repair.
Well,
They were
okay.
like, oh wait, we see things are broken, so let's quickly fix the core set, and then that should fix standard for right now.
Yeah. Okay, so
And-
here's. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I know, and I said then, and at that point, then it's either even more out of whack because now you're giving Pack Rat Mutavault.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, yeah, they do a great job. I love Wizards, guys. I've been playing 20 years. Don't think I'm bitching at them because I think it's bad. I'm bitching at them. I'm not even bitching. I'm thinking this is... Mark Rosewater wrote an amazing article, and it is exactly what I think, have needed to see. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do agree. He said in his blog, this means they can also reprint cards more aggressively. With
Which is
high
really
power
I'm
level
so
reprints.
happy about.
Swear to God.
So,
Listen.
so I mean, they've always wanted standard to be, I'm gonna put my arm down like this, and then just turn everything sideways and blow you up.
That's not what they want.
They
They
want-
want powerful standard.
they
They don't
want-
want only aggro.
No, but they
Oh,
want
yeah.
like a high powered standard. So
Yeah. That's good.
They-
Like, I don't want a low power standard.
They want a standard that's complex though. Like that's what their big
Yeah.
thing is because it's so easy to figure out. We've had mono black devotion since Theros came out, and it's been everyone's like, this is clearly like one of the best decks right now. Yes, I want to play this kind of thing, and having this kind of change to the rotation, all the removal of the core set, it's going to add a much more complex standard, which is going to make it, I think, a lot more exciting. Like that's one of the reasons like why Modern and Legacy and stuff is exciting. If you take away the price values of stuff, just the variety of decks and stuff that you can see is one of the things that make it such an exciting format to play in. But
I mean that's actually a decent lead in to his next point, the metagame issue. I mean, mono black. What's the metagame of Standard now, guys?
Mono black and blue white,
and then either mono red aggro or mono red burn. Those are your. That's what you got.
I mean, right now you've got, I'd say maybe 5 total tier 1 decks.
5 or 6 maybe. No, I mean that's one tier 1 deck. It's mono black.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're not playing mono black,
well, it's black X. Let's put an X there because people are
I don't even
blue
know.
Or
I honestly don't even think the Rebel Red deck isn't that good right now anymore because people are sideboarding against it.
Yeah,
we need to wait until no one's playing it split again. Yeah, if you look at any black deck, they've got 3 Drowned Sorrows and 2 Farragus Gears on the sideboard.
And I mean, the same thing goes, Brandon. Same thing goes for mono blue.
Yeah, well, Doomblade.
It gets beat up so badly.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I mean. Mono black is the only deck that you can't just make bad.
They brought back mono blue, and they're like, "Oh, look, mono blue took a first place! Woo, mono blue, yay!" And then all of a sudden, everyone's like, "Oh, mono blue, I can fix you really quick, Doomblade."
Yeah, it's another deck that you can sideboard against. Mono black's just the only deck you can't sideboard against and have an insanely favorable matchup.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's just it's the best deck.
Yeah, I mean, black X and blue white X or blue white are probably the top 2.
I don't even think blue white because
blue white's
still
it can still compete against black.
Yeah, okay, but if black sideboards properly, as in they bring in Duresses, and from the black-blue version they have Notion Thief, blue-white's just gonna lose. Even if they win game 1, that post-sideboard, it's like the Jund deck, it's in any matchup.
Yeah.
You might get them game 1, but they're gonna get you game 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Almost for sure. In so many matchups. So it's just that's why I think it's so good.
So with the metagame, I mean, and now, I mean, before, honestly, Magic didn't have Twitch. Guys, I mean, you guys are watching us right now talk about Magic. That's pretty awesome. I mean, a few years ago, you didn't have Twitch. You didn't have... They would stream events, but it was more it would hit YouTube. Or, it wasn't as big. Star City Game... I really want to kind of point this at Star City Games. When they did their Open Series and they said, listen, we have a streaming platform now. Every weekend we can bring high-end, high-level Magic content to the internet.
Okay.
And Magic said, oh, yeah, we can do that too. Now you have Magic's GPs out there. And every weekend you can go to Twitch and go, what's on Magic? Oh, look, there's a, Open. This weekend we have the Invitational.
Are there any Grand Prix?
I think there's a Grand Prix this weekend too.
Maybe.
A
little off topic.
I'm just saying. I mean, I think with us having these high-profile events every weekend, and people being able to watch these decks and net deck and everything like that, the metagame is there, and people, like you say, mono black. And so, how can we make Standard better? They said, well, let's make it faster. So instead of our 24-month turnaround time, it's 18 months.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it rotates faster, you mean.
It's going to rotate faster.
Yeah, you don't mean the format is faster,
No, I mean it's going to rotate faster. So that means everything's going to stay a little bit spicier, or if they see something's broken, what they can already plan for it to,
Yeah, well, this is why they can print higher power level cards, because they rotate faster.
Yep. So, I think honestly that's definitely something that they solved very easily going to a two set.
Yeah. I think one of the big things that I'm most excited for is just the fact they get to do flavor wise, they get to do more. There's 2 sets now, so it's or 3 sets. 2 sets here. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we can do, I don't know, Theros, or sorry, I guess not Theros. I don't know. Return to X place and a new one each year if
Yep.
they want
Right.
to.
Yep.
Whereas before, it's like, well, we want to go back to Lorwyn, but it takes up a whole year. It's just a lot. It's like, well, it's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
So
And that-
the chances of like having Return to X is higher.
Yeah.
But it also means, if they want to print fetches in Return to Zendikar, well, the chances go up because we have 2 sets a year now that we can print it in. And they were never going to print in a core set. I don't
No,
think they would.
no way.
Like high value lands like that, yeah, get over it. No.
Return to Kamigawa. Yeah.
It's actually just never going to happen.
But I mean, that
Set's
does
so
lead into
hated.
his number 4 point, which is storytelling.
Yeah.
It, like you said, Return to Lorwyn. Well, that's going to take up a whole year to tell that story.
Yeah.
Now they can be like, no, 6 months, we're done, move on.
Yeah, sorry T-Power. It's not happening.
So, I mean, that really kind of opens it up for him because, like you said, they wanted the story because the story. I mean, look at they have a movie coming out next year.
Is it next year already?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they've got
So-
all this stuff happening with
What's
this
the promo
amazing
card?
story.
That's what I want to know.
With this amazing storyline they've written over the years.
Yeah.
But now they didn't do certain things because, oh well, it's hard for us to tell that story. Now with two
Two stories
block-
a year.
2 stories a year, okay, well we can return to Lorwyn and now it will take up 6 months. And we're good there. I think we lost Brandon's mic.
Uh
Oh, I muted it
oh.
Good job.
like a dumbass.
So, I mean, the other big one was, like you said, the space issue. So,
Space issue? Or just not enough
yeah.
space for what?
We
We were just talking about that. The
Yeah.
space and storytelling is kind of the
Yeah.
same. Yeah, so those are the issues.
So how they said, well, how are we going to solve it? And well, we had talked about it already. They're going
Yeah.
down to 2 sets in a block.
Yep.
So I would love to see a return to Zendikar. Honestly, that would be freaking awesome. But
Yeah, that'd be cool. I just got
But-
a bunch of fetches, so okay, listen, I don't think it's gonna happen. Even if they do, I don't think fetches are reprinted.
he already
I
said
think they're
they're
just
going to
gonna put
be.
Yeah, no, I said if they want to, they can do it that way. I think it's gonna be Modern Masters 2, which is also next year.
But so they went from the old paradigm, which is set A, B, and C. Now we're down to set A and B. And starting fall 2015, so this fall,
Next fall.
next fall, it'll be 2 blocks per year,
Yeah.
which is nice.
So, just so anyone wondering, cons is going to rotate in a weird way.
Yeah.
So the
That's
first
what I
2
was about
sets
to
of
get to.
cons. Okay, well, the first 2 sets of cons are going to be one set, or one block more or
Yep.
less, and the second 2 are going to be the second. So it's going to be cons, Huey, Dewey, and then cons and Huey is one, and
Yep.
then Dewey core set is the other,
So
and then the
Dewey's
last
gonna
core set.
get Dewey's gonna get its own draft, basically, is what they're saying.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, that's what
They're
it
not.
is.
It's not being drafted on.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They already released this. It's going cons and then Dewey cons, and then it's going to be Louis Dewey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's-
is this really a surprise though? Didn't they fire their world designer after release of? Yeah, they did. Yeah,
They
did.
fired the world designer?
Oh yeah.
Would they do what too?
They fired their world designers are terrible. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh.
that guy. I just laughed about your misfortune, but it's kind of funny.
So the way it's gonna rotate after cons, it's gonna be cons and then Dewey will
Yeah.
be the first set to rotate out in this new 2 set limit.
Yeah.
And then Louis and then the core set will rotate next.
Yeah, should be interesting. So, Louis is being designed to be playable in standard on its own without
Yep.
the other 2 blocks.
Yep.
So that's good. I think it's just going to be completely new mechanics and everything. So
Yep.
it's also now we know why it's a large set.
Yeah.
And
Because
then we have
the
one.
choice.
We have what? one more core set, is it? Two more?
Yeah,
core
and that's what I actually wanted to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Are you
More.
going to be excited that there's going to be one more, and do you think that there'll be a lot more people purchasing it because it will be the last core set?
I think so. And well, let me rephrase
No.
that. I think so if they print.
Something
yeah,
decent
something pretty
there,
amazing.
actually, and it's
Well, they'll
like,
print something cool.
Yeah.
Like, what was it in the last core set? Urborg and Quarter Calling were the
Yeah.
two really big reprints.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, they'll probably do something similar.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, buying core set, those cards are going to be so cheap anyway.
Yeah.
There's nobody wants them even. So, I don't think, I won't play it anymore, just because it's the last one.
yeah.
Unless they, like, have some
I
cool story
think-
with it.
I think
Mhm.
they're gonna pull out this core set. I think they're just gonna
16.
throw shit to the fan and say we're just gonna put whatever we want in this one.
Well, it's supposed to be in standard for 18 months, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
they can't go too crazy.
But no, I
Right.
mean this one we were supposed to have Liliana in the Veil.
Yeah, it's probably
So-
good that we didn't.
Well, maybe that'll be in the next one then.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that.
Maybe
But I
that,
mean,
that's
Hey,
a way of
trading
saying, you know
them
what?
right
Because Mono Black is so OP that we didn't want to give you guys Liliana and just make it kind of game ending and nobody would play
Yeah.
standard ever. So we'll save it. We'll save it for next time.
Here's the reason I don't think they'll do that. They have to decide what's in the set so far ahead that they won't. And this is mainly me grasping for any chance that I can because I don't want them to reprint Liliana anymore. That I have them. Like, I don't need my $70 Planeswalkers to go down to like
yeah,
15.
I'm with
Thank
Diz,
you.
and she's probably gonna make her appearance in Modern Masters too.
Yeah, I that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm okay with it because the price won't actually go down.
Right.
But so as they put in that new chart that shows, so the way it's going to rotate, we're going to have Cons, Dewey. It'll basically be once Cons comes into play, Theros will the RTR block will rotate out,
Yeah.
and then Blood will hit, and then the Theros block will rotate out completely.
Mm-hmm.
But then when Tears comes in, the beginning of the Cons block will rotate out. And then after that,
What is it? It's blood.
It's-
Then what?
it's hold on.
Blood, sweat, tears, fears. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and then tears and fears, and then lock and
Lock, stock.
stock.
Yeah.
So
These names are just kind of silly.
Kind of awesome.
Oh no, it's lock and barrel.
yeah, lock and barrel. Sorry.
Yeah, blood, sweat, tears.
So
fears.
spring 2015 we'll see Louis, and nothing rotates. And then fall 2015 blood comes in,
Yeah.
Yep.
and Theros block will rotate out. So.
Yeah.
And then
So-
Tears comes in, and then once Tears comes in spring, Cons and Dewey rotate out in winter 2015.
Yeah, I think everybody figured it out. Like,
So it's pretty cool how they're rotating it out.
See, this is when you just throw the graphic up on the screen too. So
Yeah, that
I
would've
didn't
been
like
bother
all
throwing
those
the graphic.
visual people, they were like, it makes
Ah,
sense.
I understand now.
So with
All
the
this
reprints
talking.
being capable, I do think Goyf's going to be a Modern Masters too as well. That's kind of
Yeah.
I think they
probably.
want to bring the price down because
Good luck.
yeah,
I don't even know if it's possible anymore that like a mass reprint. Like every time they're gonna release a Modern Masters, the interest in Modern is just gonna go up,
yeah,
and more people are gonna want Goyfs.
yeah.
I can't even believe it went up because of Modern Masters. Like they did their job, they did just too well.
Yeah.
That's just it's so comical.
So with Cons coming out, just about a month away.
Yeah, it's so soon. It's like a little over a month, 5 weeks or something. 5 weeks in a day.
Yeah, 5 weeks in
Yeah.
a day. I'm kind of really excited. Did you
Yeah, I
guys
want
see the
some
newest one? The newest
bleeding spoilers.
The morph.
the Morph
Basically
Noble
non-
Hierarch.
Yeah, the non-exalted
Noble Hierarch.
They basically
Yeah.
took exalted away from it and said you can have morph, and when it basically enters
Yeah.
battlefield, you
When
get
it flips.
free mana.
It makes some mana for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stone
Yeah.
Claw Mystic. Okay, this card's it's a 2-drop. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was-
spoilers start Monday, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can look at it now. There's like one card here.
Yeah.
So Stone Claw Mystic, it's 1 and a green for a 2/1.
Yep.
And it taps for a green, blue, or red. So it's
Yep.
the rug guy.
Yep.
And you say yep a lot.
It's an awesome card already. I'm already happy for it. So
Oh yeah. Sorry. I thought you might have been stuck.
No.
Anyway.
It's an awesome card. So what can I say?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's got morph, so you can pay 3, play it face down as a 2/2. To unmorph is 2 mana,
Mm-hmm.
so you'd be unmorphing on turn 4. And on turn 4, if you did that, you put one of each rug. So you put a green, a blue, and a red in your mana pool. When I thought this card was a 1-drop, I was like, yep, constructed. Now I don't think so.
You don't think it'll find its niche with the 3-color decks?
It will.
Why wouldn't I just play Sylvan Caryatid?
Well, why don't you just play both?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I need both.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. So this is just not as good as Sylvan Caryatid.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to kill, and it's not a very good blocker. Like it's 1 toughness, so anything it blocks, it dies. So you're just hoping to trade, and it doesn't even add all 5 colors of mana, and like the morph ability is not even very good.
Well, Disney, like you said, with a Elvish Mystic, turn 3, 6 mana. It's kind of good.
So like Turbo Mystic, turn to this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, okay. Again, I mean, like it's Sylvan Caryatid, same thing.
Yeah.
Like there, you're just playing a Sylvan Caryatid instead of like 1 toughness. I don't think it's bad. It's just it might see better play. I just don't think
It's gonna see play. Just zip it. It's gonna see play.
Hey now, okay.
Stop
the
talking.
more,
What is wrong with you?
would you play a 2/1 for 2 that added mana to your pool? Would you do that?
Depends on my deck.
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how
I don't think it's very good.
the format is going to change being 3 colors.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for 3 colors
Um,
because I already play 3 colors.
Yeah. You're the weird guy that plays 3 colors. Oh wait, I played John, right?
Yup.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Whoa! Look at the rarity symbol. Is that just because like, is it supposed to be black kind of, or is it?
I don't
like-
know yet.
Okay. Why not?
But yeah, so Monday we're gonna get more and more spoilers, which is exciting.
Is it on Monday? Yeah. from
Yeah,
PAX.
Mondays. Yeah,
Well, it'll be over the weekend.
yeah, we'll get some out of PAX.
Yeah.
But so more spoilers. I mean, I'm super excited for the way they're taking Magic now.
Yeah.
I think Wizards has figured it out. I mean, to go on a little side tangent. All I got to point at is what they did with D&D and the new D&D system.
Oh, so you played 5th edition?
Oh, 5th edition's light years ahead of 4th.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have not had a chance to pick it up and play. I know some of my buddies in my D&D group have. But, I mean, our D&D group plays Pathfinder because we all love 3.5.
Yeah,
But
3.5 was amazing.
They said they are really enjoying 5, so...
Yeah, 5 is out of this world. So, I do tend to go on tangents every now and again, guys, so I apologize.
Yeah, we kept tangents really low.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this is like an all-time low for us.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, honestly, Wizards, now that they figured out that, it only proves that, hey, we got our shit together.
Well, I think, okay, so this is what I was wondering. How long have they been planning on this? It's got to be for like 2-3 years.
Well,
Yeah.
after they got rid of their world designer, with
No,
RTR,
that's not early.
with RTR, I figured something was coming, but I did not know what. Because I mean, you've got to figure that they've been seeing this third set crap and the core set really not doing what they wanted to do.
That's been since the beginning of Magic.
So I really think no, it's not since the beginning of Magic.
That core set was bad? Well, I
well,
guess what,
since-
10th
since-
edition
yes,
was in the first core
yeah.
set? So since 10th edition, it's been really bad.
But I'd go with Disney. It's probably been about 2 years since they've been planning this.
Is that when RTR came out?
Yeah.
I guess so. Close to, yeah. Alright, maybe. I think it's probably been longer.
I think it really accelerated after the whole Dragon Maid just sucked, and then
It's probably then, where they were like, man, this needs to stop.
and then once Born hit, they're like, we gotta stop the hemorrhaging, guys.
Hey, but that's I had like
I think before Thoros came out, they'd already made the decision that this is when they were doing it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it had anything to do with it. So, I don't know. It's just interesting to me to see Wizards, a company, like, so Magic changes quickly at times. Like, there's some things that change really quickly, and they have to, like, predict that
Yeah.
and try to react to it, but they have to do it, like, 3 years ahead of time. So, it's just really interesting to me to see how they're, like, if they're good at that. That's all I was wondering. That said, I do have a point I want to make. The true reason they're doing this is because they're gonna, like, fall is just not fall. Summer is just a really bad time for Magic in general, and I think that they might be a little disappointed that it doesn't improve as much as they want. I think it's gonna improve it a lot, and it's gonna get better. But the fact is, during the summer, less people will play Magic, and I don't care if it's a new set. Like, they tried to do it with Conspiracy.
Yeah.
You know how many people play Conspiracy after the first week at my store? Nobody.
It actually our
say
store lasted about 3 weeks before.
Yeah,
Three
I
weeks.
think it's like 2-3 weeks for my store, and then it was like,
Yeah.
all right.
So, like, they're gonna have this surge of like, oh, it worked. You know, it's summer, and that's okay. Like, Magic is not supposed to be as popular during summer.
But I think
Yeah.
stuff
So,
like
like,
Conspiracy is perfect for summer, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you want to play this, and not everyone's going to want to play this, then cool, go for it. You can even play it later on. Like, it's not a limited set, so that's really cool.
Yeah, see, I'm still thinking about picking up about 2 or 3 boxes and just sitting on them for a while.
I'm actually... Conspiracy's not a set that... Like, just because it's not a limited print. Like, if it was, then I'd be like, yeah, I'd do it. I just don't know. Like, I think they're going to release Conspiracy, like, every couple years.
I think
Which
it's
is
fine,
fine,
but
but I
like,
think-
it's
I
like,
think
all right,
honestly-
Commander and Conspiracy is kind of their summer release to
Yeah.
do. Just like, all right, let's just kind of make it for more of the casual summer.
Which is great, because that's
Yeah.
what I want. I mean, me and my buddies sometimes will sit down at
Yeah.
a table, and I could break open a Conspiracy box. I could toss a
Yeah.
few packs of, like, World Waker Zendikar out if we get anything like that, and have
Or
some
Alpha.
fun. No, those don't come out.
Do you have some?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Hey, man, do you know where Pat lives and, like, when he's not there?
No, even though we
or
do live
anything
on the
about his
East Coast,
security
I
system?
I know nothing. I know he's got kids and pets.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah.
extent of my.
I do have a
knowledge.
dog that will eat you.
See,
He's
Pets.
probably, like, super friendly. Anyway, on that point I made before, I just thought the sets that are in the summer,
Mhm.
the cards might end up being worth more because less people open them. So
yeah.
I think trading for those might be smarter. I don't know. That's just a thought.
I think it's pretty awesome though, because I mean, yeah, like I say, summer is good for like the dual decks,
Yeah,
or
it's-
Conspiracy, or I mean, even they could go out and do like, oh well, we made this cube set, so enjoy.
Well, Conspiracy essentially is.
Yeah,
This is a set made for drafting. It'd be cool if they did a Commander Cube set. This is apparently a thing where you, like, draft commanders and then
Yep.
you draft from a big
I
cube
saw it.
your whole deck.
yeah.
I
Interesting.
want to do that.
I
That
actually
sounds
I
like so
have
much
thought
fun.
about it because I have enough cards for it and I have enough commanders.
Yeah.
So I thought about building it.
I
and
feel like
said,
it might be harder to balance that.
That was my problem. I couldn't
Yeah.
find a good amount of balance for it. So I said, nope, I'm good right now. I have to finish some of my commander sets decks.
I think it'd be sweet. I want to do that. I know a guy who has one. So I might try to do that. Anyway. So is there anything else you guys
no,
thought?
I think really, if there's any questions from our wonderful
Yeah.
audience tonight, watching, so the peeps. Other than that, I
peeps.
think I'm just. What are your guys' final opinion on this whole metamorphosis the Magic is taking?
Plus thumbs up.
Yes.
I think it's
Thumbs
great.
up.
Like, so the problem with Core Set has always been there's no real cool story to go with it. Now there's a cool story to go with it.
Yeah, that's. I think.
Like they kind of tried to do that this year with, like, the whole Garrick thing.
Yeah.
What with him
Yeah.
eating everyone?
Yeah, I didn't really care after like a week. I was like, yeah, cool, Garrick's back. He's big and bad.
Yeah.
He's eating people.
Every course that they've increased his mana cost. Sweet.
Yeah, I want.
you ever
Okay.
think they'll bring back invitational cards?
No.
I don't think so on that one, guys.
I want them to because I think invitational cards are just far better than the guest designer cards.
Yeah.
But there's a couple problems with them. One being that the art department hates them. They hate them so much because they dictate how the art is. So like with Bob, they changed it, and everybody's like such huge backlash over it because it's like you shouldn't have changed it. This is his card, and he's the first invitational card. I think that was the first one, right?
Yeah.
It's just like this huge thing, and he deserved it so much. And it was like, oh, Bob, Bob, Bob. Like that's just what we call it. So that was a problem, and then art kind of didn't like that.
Yeah.
So they just don't like being told what to do. That's one problem with it. The other is just Magic is kind of moved past the point where they want a lot of outsiders designing cards. It seems.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the way it's been seeming lately.
Yeah. The only thing we've seen other than invitational cards is the new thing, and I guess Waste Not. Although that was just like a voted on thing that didn't end up very well.
I liked Waste Not a lot.
Yeah.
For
It's in
the
a commander deck already.
for the
Sure, it's been a
just the
lot.
involvement that they did to make it, and like they sat there and they voted on everything for this. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
any
I
voting
voted.
for
Yeah.
it? Like it was so much fun
I did.
because you check back and they have all these options for the name, they have all these options for the art, they all the options. Like, there's so much stuff about what you want this card to do, kind of thing, and it really was like everyone got to vote and decide this is what we want in a Magic card, essentially.
So
that
I don't mind
has
like
this-
one thing like that.
Yeah.
I don't want like a set of what was it like
No,
15
no.
set guest
Yeah.
designers.
There was
Some of
a
them are not
lot.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill with
Well-
Addison was like so disappointing.
All right, so here we
Or-
go. We got another question. Dizzian, do you think the new rotation will have an impact on Modern with reprints? Not in price, but what decks we see. And I do think so. With these 2 set now per block, and they definitely said they could be definitely more aggressive on the reprints.
Yeah.
I think we will see Modern just getting a ton of cards that maybe will cause some new decks to pop up that may have not because they were harder to find, or cards that they thought they could put in Modern because, well,
And
It
it's
didn't
going to
break-
be
you know,
it's going to be better too for players that are going to see it, and with Standard rotating much quicker,
Yeah.
people will be like, oh, you know what? Now that I've got these cards, with these cards,
yeah.
I could be able to start building up to this deck now, and
or
you
I
know,
can just brew a new deck and oh my god, this just took over Modern because it's so good.
yeah.
Do you mean cards being reprinted from Legacy and Leland Modern, or just like cards that have been reprinted?
I think it's just reprints
Could-
in general.
Okay.
Well,
Well, why
so
would
what
that have
about
any
the other side
impact
then?
on the price?
Yeah, but so
That's
talk about it then.
good.
What stuff would they reprint that they could honestly reprint from Legacy?
Oh, well, I think the main one would be like fetches.
Fetches,
Yeah.
like the Odyssey fetches would be nice to see.
I honestly would not want to.
No, you like
I-
them without?
I would. I like Modern with the fetches that we have.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
I'm
seeing
trying to
the
think.
Odysseys reprinted.
I don't know. Like I
So-
like having I like them separate. I do. I don't know. I don't want to have like just all of the fetches available to me. I think it's
Okay.
it's nice because you pretty much can get any lands that you want with the fetches that we
Yeah,
have. in
you can
Modern
get any
as
shot
is. You
right
don't
now.
you don't really need to worry about having every access to.
Yeah, you can get
every
every color land with any fetch.
Yeah.
Well, he did
Just the
specify that he meant with reprints causing better standard cards being printed in response. So basically, that more powerful standard they were talking about.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, well, definitely then.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to reprint powerful modern cards, like, okay, just an example, like Dark Confidant. If it ever gets reprinted in Standard, which I don't think it will, if it ever got reprinted in Standard, it would completely dominate the format because it's so good. As it is,
Yep.
like, with the power of Standard right now. So, yeah, you definitely need something to combat it.
Yeah.
And, like, having stuff that kills it isn't really an answer, because not every deck can do that. Like, the aggressive decks would need stuff like Goblin Guide reprinted, just so that they could get through it. And, like, you just need to keep upping the power if you do that, and which I'm fine with. I don't need it to get, like, modern or anything, because that would be insane. But, like, if Standard is, like, I don't know, you see, like, 10
modern staples currently or always in
Yeah.
standard, like that kind of power level, I think that'd be great. Like, I want to be in a world where Cryptic Command is reprintable.
Yeah, I'd be all about it.
Like, I don't think that's not reasonable. The Cryptic Command is a really powerful card, obviously, but for 4 mana and it's difficult to cast, yeah, I think it should be reprintable. It's not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that world. So yeah.
Next question. It seems every set they have a rare land like a Mutavault, or rare lands like Shocks. What do you think it will be in cons?
Oh man. I want one of the planar chaos lands, like the cycles that they never ended up printing, like River Tears
Yeah,
and Grove of the Born Willows. I want it to be one of those 5. So either
I wouldn't mind
a
that.
dual land.
I wouldn't mind a dual land like that. I think that
Yeah.
I think it's got to be a dual land.
Yeah, it's
Because
gotta be
right
duals.
now we have temples and we're gonna have the tri-lands which come into play tapped.
Yeah, and the pain lands as well.
Yeah, the
and
pain
confluence.
lands.
Honestly, mana's not terrible. It's not great. I'm so used to having fetches. Overgrown Team has been in standard like the
I don't know.
entire
I
time.
think